If you were just a fly on the wall right then, the words you could have heard from my guest tonight. Welcome back to the Daily Rundown with me, Dan Morfitt. Stephen and Ruth are still here.
We are.
Are you ready to probe more of the stories of the day?
Yeah, let's probe.
Let's probe. Wow. The head of the Co-op group has asked for a 60% cut to his total pay package because he says the job has become easier. His base salary will fall from £1.25 million to just £750,000.
That's a shame, isn't it?
And he will
Bless him.
also see cuts in his incentive payments as well. The chief executive, Richard Pennycook, says the business is now back in calmer waters and the reduction reflects the revised demands of the current role. He said that the main news should be the group's comeback, thanking his dedicated staff of 70,000 people. Now, isn't it weird to hear somebody at the top of their professional game asking for a pay cut? Stephen, would you ask for a pay cut? You've done a really good gig.
I like
everybody.
I like the implication that I'm good enough to get paid for what I do. Thank you very much. I normally just give people. Oh, here you go. I'm very sorry about that.
I'll just make it rain.
I think. Wow. I think it's good, but again, it's good headline. Boss asked for 40% reduction.
Nice.
And
He's still getting paid $750,000, which is not too shabby.
What's his bonuses?
No, but that's the thing. His incentives have gone down and his share options have gone down.
Right.
Yeah, so he's
that's
asked
why
to do
it's
that,
such a big fall.
Apparently, over £50,000 a year doesn't improve your happiness. A study said. It said it in a study, so it must be true. Yeah, I don't know who studied it, but it was a thing I heard once from a place.
But so you don't really count the money after 50,000?
Yeah, after 50,000, if once you've got a holiday, you can pay for all your bills, and you've got clothes, and you can have a few nice things. After that, your happiness doesn't improve. So.
Well, I'd like still £1.25 million.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice.
It's a great PR story for Co-op, obviously.
I used to work for the Co-op.
Did you?
Did. I worked in the big tower. Did you ever work there?
Were they a good company to work for? Were they a good company to work for?
Oh, they were lovely, and the training scheme was great. I just was terrible at the job.
So, but that's a good thing then, because he's saying it's down to the work of the 70,000 people.
Yeah.
They've restructured, they've moved some departments off, they've sold different parts of the business. Surely it's refreshing that he's coming out going, you know what, everybody, the work's not stressful anymore. I'm not under the cosh. Let me give some money back. It is the cooperative, for goodness sake. It's all about sharing money and.
Because they had that bit bad PR a little while ago with the chappie that did the thing me.
The chappie that did the thing me.
Yeah.
Legally, that's probably as far as.
There was a chap and he did a thing.
Yeah. So this is a nice PR, and it's come round, and they're a nice, friendly, happy company.
Isn't it quite nice that compared to the rest of the news that we've heard this week of celebrities, politicians, and prime ministers hiding money in Panama? This is almost the complete opposite of it.
They could sit on an island.
I mean, he's taken a reduction in his salary, but he has still kept his full penny in his surname. He's not taken a reduction in his salary. He's not become sixpence.
Cook.
I think that there was a video recently that I think it speaks to of this issue. That I forget what the gentleman's called, but the president of Uruguay is widely known as the most poor leader in the world, and he stated that when you buy things, you don't buy them with the money. You buy them with the time and of your life, the life that you have spent to earn the money to pay for that thing. And life is the only thing. Life only ever gets shorter. When you're born, your life only ever gets shorter. So you're not paying with the money. You're paying with the time and effort that you put in to earn that money.
And of course, you can't buy time.
Well,
it's the one thing you run out of every single waking hour.
That just made me a little bit sad.
But I mean, technically you can buy time because that's how watchmakers operate.
Okay.
But I think that
now we're looking into Pascal's theorem of a greater God who is actually ultimately the watchmaker. So I did philosophy.
Yeah, Pascal was my French pen friend, and that was. I'm not guessing. I'm guessing it wasn't the Pascal that said that. Yeah. It was just Anyway, it's nice that this man has done it. It's nice, and it's nice, as Ruth says, it's nice to have good PR for a financial institution.
Could you imagine in any other role though, somebody coming forward going, you know what, my job is easier this year, less money. You'd probably expect more people to just go, well, my job is easy because I'm better, I deserve more money.
There aren't many jobs where you earn that amount of money, though, are there?
No.
I mean, if you are earning that amount of money, it doesn't get easier.
There's an Italian footballer.
Well, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Good point. Football.
Yeah, he actually played. He signed a contract and he played for a year without any pay because he loved the club so much. But there are also footballers. There's a goalkeeper who signed a contract because he believed the world was going to end in 2006, so he refused to sign a contract beyond 2006. If you believe it's going to end, cover your bets. Sign a contract to 2008.
I think he might have played for my Hull City when we were in League Two.
Let's not talk about Hull.
Don't, it's depressing.
That's,
On that though, I remember when Kevin Kilban, who's now a TV pundit, and we were going through financial difficulties at Hull City. This is talking about football now. And instead of taking his full whack, which he was more than due for, he said, half my wages, but just give me another year on the contract. That was quite nice.
Yeah.
So he played longer for us, and he's a great man because of that.
Yeah, and
I think it's wanting people to like you. I don't know if that's part of it. If I was getting paid so much that I knew most of the world hated me, I'd just take it back.
It'll get the world to think about what they're earning and what they deserve, maybe, with the Co-op's recent announcements.
Yeah.
Right, let's go on to the next story. The Local Government Association has said that councils will actually need more than the promised £50 million funding boost to repair potholes in England's roads. Now, councils have welcomed the money as a step in the right direction, but they said they would actually need 230 times that amount to get the job done properly. Now, according to the Department for Transport, nearly 1 million potholes will be repaired in England over the next 12 months, including 4,000 holes in Blackburn, Lancashire, through the Pothole Action Fund. So, are you finally glad some of these annoying holes are going to get filled in?
Yes. I'm very annoyed at
Are these holes doing your life in?
They are. I have burst a tyre. A busted tyre. But I'm so much of a procrastinator, I didn't write in about it to the council. So it just cost me £30. £30?
So you paid for the damage. Did you take a photo of the pothole?
No, I just panicked. I know where it is, I can drive back to it. But it was because normally on that part of the road, you get used to when you drive down a certain road, you know, well, I'm going to have to go into the middle of the road at this point, and then, I'll have to nip into that side.
But it becomes like skiing moguls, where you know where the bumps are and you know where the holes are.
And it's terrible. So if there's a car coming the other way, you're going, I'm just going to have to race myself and then hold onto the wheel. But then I was in Clitheroe the other day, I was doing a show in Clitheroe, and my mum came with me, and both of us went, look at this road. It's smooth. And we were that excited at the fact that we'd seen a whole bit of stretch of road that we didn't have to dodge a hole in. Clitheroe's got a booths, it's very nice.
Very nice.
It's gone up in the world.
Yeah,
and it's probably got some of the 4,000 holes in Blackburn, Lancashire.
Yes. You're just hitting that Beatles lyric, aren't you?
I love that. I'm glad you spotted it. Did you like that? I don't even know if there's 4,000 holes. You know, they probably get shared around Darwin and stuff like that.
Yeah, so. I mean, Nelson's got a few. Yeah. I think that recently there's been a story of a person who has been spraying.
In Levenshulme.
Yeah, and also spraying rude
basically
pictures.
a phallus.
Yeah, it's a phallus. So that councils have to fill them in because they can't have signs. You can't have those pictures on the floor. So they fill them in. I think it's. I mean. It's difficult. I'm not a driver.
There's not a lot of money.
Yeah.
But my bugbear is that lots of money's been put into doing certain things on the roads, but it's not like there's lots of cycle lanes being put in, which is fine because you need cycle lanes. We don't want to hit cyclists because that's bad, and that's it's a nice thing to have cycle lanes. But then there's still holes in the middle where the cars have to go. So there's a nice little smooth cycle lane, but then
and sometimes to avoid the pothole, you've got to go slightly into the cycling lanes, and if the cyclists go in the pothole, it's game over for everyone.
Exactly. So there needs to be more money put into it, but there isn't any money. So I understand it's difficult. I wouldn't be a politician.
The thing is, though, it's not something that can be fixed all overnight, is it? Because they happen when tarmac gets uprooted, water gets in there. It freezes
but then it
up,
seems to get just done really quickly. They kind of go, we'll stick that there. That'll do for now, and then it doesn't last. Nothing lasts.
It looks like a badly made quilt. I think that after the recent floods, especially up in Cumbria, they still don't have some major A roads reinstalled yet, and they've got weird contraflow systems in place. The earthquake happened in Japan, and just 12 days later, the carriageway was fixed. So surely they can get it done just like that.
Yeah, but
you don't make roads differently, though. Yeah, but surely you don't make roads differently. I remember getting taught at school the Romans just made straight roads with a camber, so all the water would wash off to the edges.
Yeah.
And nowadays...
Didn't they have slaves?
They did have slaves.
Yeah.
But we have council workers, which are sort of the same
Abolish
thing.
Slave trade, good roads.
So I think, so essentially what we're saying is that we have to choose whether we want to live with slavery and potholes. That is the main...
Slavery or potholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So William Wilberforce and the emancipation of slavery was wrong.
Yeah.
Really.
No.
He's responsible for the bad roads now.
He's responsible
He
for the
didn't
potholes.
consider the implications for potholes.
Wow.
When they basically ended the trading of humans, they didn't think the ramifications for 21st century road traffic.
You do realise once we all drive home tonight, we'll all land in a big pothole.
Yes.
I'm walking home. So.
Sod's law, isn't it? Right, that's all we have time for in this part of the show, but we'll be back in a few minutes' time with some music from a man called Zach Rogers. It is going to be brilliant, so please don't go anywhere.